We're so happy to have you along with us today. This is What Your Money Would Say. I'm Lou Ann Fulmer here with Andrew McNair. Hey, Andrew, let's get into how you guys can help someone optimize Social Security.
Yeah, there used to be a lot more options with Social Security, but now oftentimes one of our best practices is that we help a client take it early for one of their spouses who has the less income. And then whoever had the most income, that income earner, that primary income earner, we help them delay their Social Security to age 67 or 70, because remember, Social Security is not a 2-for-1 deal. You'll only get to keep one of those checks. But don't forget, Luann, we help families talk about their VA disability, how that if you're not 100% VA disabled, your spouse is not going to get anything. So it's really important to make sure if you're 100% VA disabled that your spouse understands that they won't get that whole check when you die, but they'll get DIC, Disability Indemnification Compensation. Then we also talk with families about their federal retirement. Are they going to take a 50% survivor benefit? Will they take a 25% survivor benefit? Will that affect their FEHB? What about if you're a state employee for the RSA or maybe the FRS for the Florida retirement system? Are you going to take survivor benefit? What does that look like for your spouse? All of these decisions are big, irrevocable, no mulligans, no redo kind of situations. Meaning if you get it wrong, you have to live, and even your spouse has to live with those consequences. So let's get it right. Let's have a professional take a second look. And that's why we encourage families, even if it's not us, that they always get a second opinion on their financial plan.
Exactly. Don't go it alone. You know, I have so many of my friends and acquaintances who just started taking Social Security at 62 because they were just sick of working, you know, and just started taking it. And I'm sitting here going, no, I wouldn't do that. You know, if I were you, I'd wait, you know.
You're like, I listen to a financial advisor all the time.
I know.
And again, that's where we're helping families say, hey, instead of taking Social Security, besides burning yourself out, why don't you just work part-time? Mm-hmm. Why don't we, sometimes we tell families they need to take it early, but they can only make up to that limit of $22,000, $23,000 a year.
Right.
And so we're helping those families not actually hurt their health trying to save and pay for health insurance, but helping those families navigate these decisions so that they have a long, prosperous life before retirement and after retirement.
And then on the other hand, I got to bring up this other friend. She only works part-time. So I was like, Dee, you should, look at me saying this, but you should go ahead and get Social Security now. You can have more income. You know, she was only working part-time, and her husband was like, what? I should not be giving financial advice, but
well, anyway. you're listening to one on a regular basis, so I'm sure it comes out, osmosis.
That's right. It's osmosis, yes. But you should not be listening to me. But anyway, listen to Andrew and come in and see him.
You're very kind.
But, okay, so if people are worried about outliving their savings, because that is the number one fear of Americans today, again, what's your game plan for them?
Well, I mean, my game plan is to help them spend as much as they can without running out of money. I mean, so many families, they tiptoe into retirement, Luann. That's one of the biggest, gravest mistakes I see in retirement. They save all of this. They became frugal. They've learned the habit of saving. And when they get to harvest time, they don't bring out the sickle. They don't bring out the harvester to actually take the crop in. And I think how sad that one spouse is saying, no, honey, we can't buy that. Or she's saying, oh, we can't spend that. We can't afford that extra vacation. And then I'm saying, hey, no, I've proved it. You can spend an extra $2,000 a month without running out of money. Of course, you can take the $30,000 out for the Viking cruise and that trip to Ireland and that trip to Alaska. That's not going to derail the financial plan. And when families see that mathematical equations that their probability of retirement is still at 99% or 98% probability of never running out of money, then they can have the permission slip to spend more. How many families, Luann, that I've met with that said, Andrew, we haven't went on the Alaskan vacation, and I ask them, or sometimes I remind them of what they said earlier. I say, remember you said it was not a high priority to leave money behind to your kids. If you don't spend this money, they're going to fly first class with your money or give it to the Bolivian communists, some charity thing that you disagree with. So if you don't start spending your money and giving your money now, you might be surprised where your money goes when you're gone.
All right. So here's that phone number again, and we urge you to pick up that phone or even text this number, 800-848-8768. Call for a complimentary discovery visit. Get on their calendar. You can text the word SWAN if you like to text, 800-848-8768. Andrew, we still have a whole nother segment to get to, so we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with more from Andrew McNair on What Your Money Would Say.